Hello, welcome to Piney Woods. My name's Tommy. I'll guide you through the rest of these videos as we move forward with this. Never intended to be in the woodworking business, but here we are. We build houses. We used to build tables and furniture and stuff that we couldn't find anybody else would build, and then we went and bought a bunch of wore out, junky, tore up, no good for nothing, no name brand tools, and started building stuff, having fun with it. Next thing you know, word of mouth started getting out and we would get more orders. We opened a booth at a big trade show and everyone's telling me to get on YouTube. So this is me learning how to get on YouTube. We are setting everything up on the computer, doing our dead best to take more videos as we go along. And yeah, this is kind of it. Like, share, follow, watch us as we grow. This has been such an amazing little deviation from our life plan that we had, and we never thought that we would be going this big. We're bursting at the seams at the 3 buildings that we're working out of right now. So we have big plans to open another shop in the future. We're expanding at our booths. We have a showroom in Jacksonville, Texas. Here we go. Just share us, follow us, give me updates, give me hints, give me ideas. Tell me what you guys would like to see. We specialize in epoxy river tables, and we've built a lot of doors and we've done a lot of repairs. This video here is going to show you some seat bottoms that we built. So this guy brought in some chairs with leather cushions on them, and his cats decided to go ahead and do what cats do. So he wanted a more permanent fix than that. So we used some good white oak. We put a Bombay mahogany stain on it. We got to use some cool tools and make some noise, some man glitter. So no sponsors yet. We will sell out as soon as we can. I don't know if that's the truth. It's just one of those, we would like to make money if we're going to put all this effort in it. I don't know what I'm doing with this YouTube stuff and this uploads and all of this, but I'll learn it as I go, as with everything else in life. So come on, join me for this adventure. Thank you for being here. And here we go. We're going to start out with some double-sided tape. We are all the way into this project a little bit. I just finally caught myself and decided it was time to take a video of this process. We already made one seat bottom close to perfection, and then what we're going to do is double-sided tape these. We cut the rest of them with our 24-inch bandsaw to get them close. We tried running these on a little router with a little 1/4-inch bit, but it was a dog. So we came to the beast. A 5 horsepower, 3-phase, heck of a daggum spindle, 3/4-inch spindle on there, a 3-inch bit, and a bearing on top of it. And man, this thing eats. It will take it away if you let it. This is a pretty awesome addition that we made to our shop, getting this super heavy duty shaper, but it is definitely terrifying to say the least. So I'm super careful. Go ahead and get into the corners and get them wrapped up pretty good. I can hit the straights a little bit easier as we go there. This thing, you can see the size of the shapings that it's throwing out. And I'm slightly terrified because I'm in the shop doing this by myself. There's usually 3 or 4 people around, but I seem to get more work done when everyone else goes home and goes to sleep and kind of gets out of the way. Eventually I have to clean up my own mess because I sure do make a big mess. But this thing is pretty awesome. We started out with an old Sears Craftsman Roebuck router. So just no matter where you're starting at, you can make money doing this, and you can buy better tools as you go. Just be slow and be precise with it all. That's about the best thing we've learned to do. It's the little details that I know has made the difference for us. I've seen other woodworkers and their work, and I use them as an example. We've hired good people. They love what they do. It's just fun for us. Like I say, we build houses. We didn't have to ever even start this. Look at this thing eat. Goes through it like butter. It is a terrifying tool to use. And main thing is PPE. Wear your respirator, wear your safety glasses at all times. Granted, I'll catch myself not doing it, but it's definitely worth looking into. Safety first. You can't breathe, you can't work, right? So I think I just supercharged this video to show the other 5 going through real quick. But that thing right there will not stop. If it grabs a hold to something, it's going to take it until it's done with it. And all you can do is stand there and watch it. I hope you're not in the way. Harbor Freight tape measures, Harbor Freight sanders. I mean, we started with nothing. And we're so used to having stuff. I had some guys, you look at the end of the table there, I had some guys in there helping me move and remodel this shop. And they dropped a bunch of 2x4s on the end of my shaper and knocked the end of it off. Alright, getting back over here. Split these things apart. Start looking at getting into the sanding of it all. This is a white oak material, and we actually had to do a glue up to get the right width. When we did that, it's really hard to hide the seams, but we're getting way better at it these days. Alright, let's get them safety glasses on. Start making some dust. I've got a brand new Grizzly table saw in the back. Got a brand new 20-inch shaper. We started out, a planer. We started out with a little 13-inch DeWalt, but we burned it up, and a Ryobi. So this little handheld router here, I was so anti these little tiny routers. I was used to big old giant monster ones, and sometimes you just can't gauge on what you don't know. But man, I'll tell you what, we went ahead and we bought a Bosch, and it's really good, really precise, really fast, really nimble, really easy to change heights. I mean, it's a fantastic little router, and I hate to admit it, but everyone else was right. And yes, I use that thing all the time. I get a lot of use out of that little Bosch. It's kind of scary. You always have to be aware of your surroundings, because it would not be very difficult to stick your finger in that little hole there and let it kiss you a little bit. But it makes quick work of little things like this. I've got a little double dip curve radius on the back to fit around the upright stiles on the chair, and it gets it pretty good. It's been a good little tool. Alright, we're just gonna go through them all, run them down real quick, get it set up. Now, like I say, I'm impressed with Bosch routers. They've done me good. Grizzly has been most of the tools we've been buying as we grow, just because they're cheap and not Harbor Freight junk. But every one of them I bought, I've had to adjust a little bit to get it to work right. That planer was a dadgum mess trying to figure out how to make it work right. I had to go buy a dial indicator to get it going, but got a dust collector fan set up in the air with a bunch of air filters, and here we go. Get that sander going. I wear those sanders out, man. That's going to be a little test piece for our stain as we go. I kept all the drops. Always keep all your drops so you can test stain colors and finishes on it. You never know what the customer's going to want. But on this one here, I think we picked out a pretty darn good color. I think the customer's going to like it a lot. We'll find out. You talking about being tired late at night and then have to do all that sanding? I did that, and then I mixed all my pookie juice up and took a break. Get that sander, son. I'm doing this right here at about 11 o'clock at night. I was in the military for a long time, and I just trained my body not to sleep, and I never gave up on it. So usually when everybody goes home 4 or 5 in the afternoon is when I'll get started. It's quiet. My wife will start calling after me at about midnight, start checking in on me, so I'm not too worried about getting hurt and being down for too long. But you always have to be careful with this stuff, especially if you're going to be working by yourself. Little gratuitous dust making footage here. I hope that my voice is decent enough for this. I don't know if that's how I'm supposed to do it or not, but I play music in the background. I listen to all kind of music, and apparently you can't just play what you got playing in the background on YouTube because you'll get in trouble for it. So I do like to play this and go from there, but we'll figure out how to get music in the background at some point. Just like I say, this is my first little go around with this, and I'm kind of excited about it. It's weird sitting here in my office chair watching a video that I put together for you guys and narrating it like it's a golf tournament. I have a 125-pound Rottweiler that I'm just expecting to come in here at any moment because he's very vocal when he needs to go to the bathroom, and it's been a little while, so we'll have to thread the needle with being able to sit here and watch a 15-minute video versus when that dog's got to go to the bathroom. I guess see what's happening here now. Oh, this is where I mix up my paste. So you take the you go over there to that shaper where we shaped all of them tables at, all them chair bottoms out, and we grab that dust, and we've got a kitchen flower screen that I'll take that dust and put in there, and I'll shake it around, and the fine particles will come out. And then you mix that with some Tite Bond, get it really runny, and then use your nice flexible trowel and scoop some of it up, mash it into the hole real good, and scrape it off pretty flat. That has turned out to be a really good concealer because you're using the same wood that you're sanding away. So it's the same color, it takes the same stain, it doesn't yellow out like wood glue does. So pretty cool idea. We watched on YouTube. Let it dry overnight. This is the next morning. I come in there and start sanding the edges first. I always hit them edges first, and then you can go through, because on the edges it likes to wear the center of the sanding pad out a little bit for us, so they don't last very long that way. But once we get that done, it's real easy to knock the tops down. Lots of noise. Can't nobody bother you while you're back here doing that. It's tedious. It makes you sweat, but I got a big old fan right back there blowing on me. And I sit back there and make all that noise, and I'll have my radio jamming, and not too many people will bother you while you're doing that. And that's always a good thing. That's kind of why we started doing this to begin with, is at the end of a crazy day dealing with customers and workers and suppliers and deliveries and You know, building a house is not a fun and enjoyable experience in the most part. It's a tedious, laborious, thought-consuming process, and there's a lot of money involved, so that always makes you kind of nervous. This right here, not too bad. Alright, let's go look and see what stains we got on the shelf. The one that I wanted to try wasn't there, but turns out I didn't need it. Got a little showstopper table we made right there. It's sold. They wanted us to cut it down. We've got little shelves like this everywhere. A pharmacy was going out of business and was trying to sell that stuff, and man, I got it for a song. So I'm gonna pick out a few colors here. We've got weird colors too. We've got like blues and greens, but I wanted to stay in the maroon, a little bit more reddish to match the actual chair. And we'll see how that customer likes them, and we'll go from there. We could always stain it a little bit darker, I suppose. That right there, a Arc 1 CNC, 6 foot wide, 14 foot long. Oh, behind that peak foam, I built a dehumidifier kiln. That's full of black walnut. But that CNC, we started out with a box sled to flatten our tables out of 3/4 inch pine, and then we got a linear rail to run our router on, and then we moved up to that CNC. Alright, we're going to do a couple little sample colors here, see what we like. Make sure you always shake that stain, because it settles at the bottom after it sits for a while. Don't want to make that mistake. Ask me how I know. So I tested these stains out, put them on real nice and simple. I don't even think I let them dry. I went back there and set it on that chair and messaged everybody in our little chat group at work and said, what do y'all think about these colors? And just for jollies, I went and got that Bombay mahogany out and tried it, because it doesn't go very good with anything. A lot of the times that Bombay mahogany is super maroon. Spray everything off. We've chose our color, and we're about to make it happen, Captain. We're already 18 minutes in on this video. I didn't realize it was that long. Look at that. Man, would you look at that? Just look at that. Just look at that. Ain't that cool? Little video, little move around, changing the light and looking at it. Man, that goes like it was meant to be there. It's funny how that works, ain't it? There's the rest of them sitting there drying up a little bit. I'll put Odie's oil on it when I'm done. There's the original seat cushion. I don't know if you can really tell it in the video, but it has been mangled by cats. That was probably the best one he had left. This is what this chair looked like when it came in. And there goes that dog barking at people walking by. He's a good dog. But from that to this, y'all, I'm proud of that. If I'd have had a little bit more budget in it, a little bit more time, I'd have put some kind of scallops in there. Alright, so that was that. That was our first real one. So I'm going to try to learn audio dubbing. Please like us, share us, follow us, help us get our name out there to the world. My name's Tommy. You'll get to see the rest of the crew as we go along. This is going to be super fun for us. So here we go, 2024. April is when we're getting kicked off. We're about a year in doing all of this woodwork. So here we go. Thank you guys.